I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Rock Kwagadash and double honors to the elders and apostles and brothers who are laboring in truth, doing the work diligently, to your sisters who taking care of your homes, loving yourself, respecting yourself, and loving your husbands if you have one, loving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and doing things in decency and in order, and learning the scriptures in silence. I want to read this topic. It's on Newsbreak, and so let's just bear with me, and let's get to this. It says assistant principal's husband comes to middle school, kills her mother before turning gun on himself. Let me read this again. Assistant principal's husband comes to middle school, kills her and mother before turning gun on himself. Now let's read this. Now, hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. It says Stephen Lee, 54, fatally shot his wife. Lincoln Middle School assistant principal named Nerissa Lee, 46. She's 46 years old, right? Okay, and her mother for killing himself outside the Illinois school. So it's in Chicago. This is written by Christina Coulter. She publishes on September 18th. This is the young lady right here. It says assistant principal Nerissa Lee, 46, was fatally shot outside Lincoln Middle School in Berwyn, Illinois on Tuesday, September 16th. So a lot of you brothers that live in Illinois and you from Chicago, you know this area, so we just gonna just dive into this, okay? Maybe you guys can go more in on this detail right here. But it says need to know. I said her husband opened fire into her vehicle outside the school, killing both Lee and her mother before shooting himself, according to police and local outlets. So damn. He's doing this at a school function. Excuse me. So he's doing this at a school where children are at. So I'm letting you know that these people out here don't care. We don't know what this lady or this, his wife or the mother did to him. We do not know. What made this man want to go and shoot her and her mother in cold blood? Right? That's why we tell you guys this place is getting worse and worse, wax cold and cold. And women, you get destroyed based on how you treat men. How many times we gotta keep seeing this happen over and over and over and over? We see this countless of times. All right? But let's continue reading on. About 100 students were locked down inside the building after hearing gunshots. No students were injured, and classes resumed on Thursday, September 18th. The husband of an Illinois assistant principal showed up outside her middle school on Tuesday, 16th, fatally shooting her and her mother before turning the gun on himself, according to police. So he took the coward way out. He killed himself, right? Took them two out. Because he like, man, I ain't serving no jail time, So he already had this already premeditated in his mind already. He already knew that he was going to do these things, all right? But let's find out what drove him to do this. Officers were already nearby around 4 p.m. when gunfire erupted outside Lincoln Middle School, per a Berwyn Police Department press release. A man was seen firing a rifle into a car that shot toward officers before taking his own life. Damn. Police said nothing. Noting that officers did not return fire. All right. Nerissa Lee, 46, an assistant principal at Lincoln Middle School, was found in the targeted vehicle and pronounced dead at the scene. CBS Chicago and NBC Chicago reported, citing police officials. Police said the case was a domestic violence incident and there was no ongoing threat. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit under the weather. All right, so forgive me if my voice is don't sound, as usual. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, it says police said the case was a domestic violence incident and there was no ongoing threat. The impact of this loss is felt deeply, not only within the school community, but throughout Berwyn. The department wrote in a statement, Assistant Principal Lee was a dedicated educator and leader who touched the lives of countless students and staff members. Yeah, but because she's doing her job. That's what her job entails. That doesn't make her a good person. That don't make her, to say, damn, why her? Y'all, you know what? You know what kills me with these stories? They never tell why. That, they always say they're a good educator, a good this and good that, and they change people's lives. And they so much change people's lives. Why did this person that killed them? Why couldn't they change their life? Why did they get killed? And this is her husband. So I'm not buying that bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that she ain't do what was necessary, to help students to stay out of trouble. That's her job, Of course, I'm not saying that, but don't make that be her life story that she was born into it. No, get out of here. Hold on, guys. So basically, this is a domestic violence case, okay? It said Lee's mother was also killed in an attack. NBC Chicago reported, though the Cook County Medical Examiner has not yet released her name. Lee's husband, Stephen Lee, 54, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the scene. Okay, per CBS Chicago, NBC Chicago, and ABC 7. Shanna Everidge, Lee's sister, told NBC Chicago that the fatal domestic incident didn't come out of the blue. It didn't come out of the blue. Okay. It had started ever since I want to say the tail end of June. Basically, the boiling point would have been yesterday. She told the outlet, "They, my family. I mean, it's a horrible thing. I have a lot of emotions. I don't quite know what to feel." Okay, so her sister is hurt, pretty hurt behind it, So we trying to kind of have some little sort of empathy, because, maybe the sister's like, damn, my mother and sister got clipped off the earth. Because maybe your mother and sister was wicked, man. Maybe your mother is used to telling y'all how to treat fucking men. Huh? How about this? All right? There's no self-accountability. All right? I'm not trying to disrespect her family member, these two ladies that passed away. I'm not trying to do that at all. But have we even considered that these black women, they get killed, they get murdered, they get destroyed because of their wicked antics? You choose these people. You do things to people, and then you expect people not to react or crash out. And I'll tell you, man, don't lose your life or kill somebody because the bitch ain't trying to, hear you. If she ain't trying to hear you or try to be with you or add to you or she's not being coherent to what you're saying, leave the girl alone and let her go. Do not, man. Don't take someone's life because you are feeling some kind of way. Don't do it. It's not worth the scratch. Come on, man. Hold on, guys. It's not worth it, okay? Let me read on. They have the video here, but we can watch that another time. The students describe a lockdown as shots rang out. 7th grader Christopher Cruz Villegas, who was among the approximately 100 students inside the school during the shooting, told CBS Chicago he felt mixed emotions, sad and a little bit anger as well. I was scared. I was talking to my mom, like, you shouldn't come here because it was a little bit dangerous, he said, because I was scared because of what was happening, and it was very scary. and I didn't want her to be a part of the situation either. You know, and it's sad, man. You know, so a lot of the kids was heartbroken, and stuff like that, man. All right, but I wanna I'm gonna stop right there. You know what? Let me finish reading on. At Lee's memorial service, students remember her sense of humor and commitment to her work. I saw her laughing with other people, and she would laugh so hard that I didn't understand the joke, but I would also laugh. One student told NBC Chicago she was always about her work. She sounded like she did really love her school, really love her kids. Another student said she was all about what she needed to do. Okay, hold on, y'all. So, like I said earlier, I said that's the job that's entitled for her to do. It doesn't mean that she is a good person. That doesn't mean that. It don't mean that. But we give it a benefit of doubt because of the things that's being told about her. But what possessed a man to really do that? What are you really doing when you're not at work with this guy? What are you saying to provoke or even put him in a situation to off you like that? You and your mother. So the Lord put a spirit, a death angel out here to do these things. God, I don't really think she was truly that good of a person that the articles make it seem. Women got to be held accountable. That's why you lose your life. Now, I'm not saying this is the case, but these things do happen, man. I want to look up something. All right. It says domestic violence. Violent or aggressive behavior within a home, typically involving the violent abuse of a spouse or partner, right? Did she abuse this guy? Because certain men can't take it. He just is a boiling point. They never once mentioned in an article that she was abused. She ever came to school with a black eye, this and that. They never mentioned that. But the sister said, hold on, guys. Hold on. So that's why you got to read between the lines. The sister said it was a domestic violence case, right? She never said my sister got beat up. She got black eye, beat on, all that. If someone had a prior incident, a prior situation, they would have documented in a story. They would document it. So if you say this is a domestic case, what led to this? Put it in a story. Don't leave that out. So a part of me is saying, give it a benefit of the doubt. But another part of me telling me, don't believe this shit. Domestic violence is caused by a combination of individual, relationship, community, and societal factors not a single reason. These contributing factors can include substance abuse, mental health issues, lack of education, a history of child abuse, societal beliefs that condone violence, economic hardship, and the desire for power and control in a relationship. Right? So it can be abuse. It can be mental health issues, lack of education, a history of child abuse. So all these things play a part. But guess what? The one thing that they never added here in these domestic case violence, women are the reason that do this. Don't get me wrong, there are men that doing shit too. Don't get me wrong, ladies, if you're hearing this, but there are men that doing shit too. But then most of y'all women are on this type of wave. You do this. Hold on, guys. All right, it says, men are the most frequent perpetrators of severe and controlling forms of domestic violence. but both men and women perpetrate and experience domestic violence, with women also being more likely to be physically injured and killed in these relationships. Okay, this is what they say, right? But that's not necessarily true, because you know why? Because in most cases, a lot of these women that live in a single black mother, they be beating on their children. They talk verbally bad against their kids. It goes stem right from the woman. It's not the man that initiated, but it seems that way because he beats on the girl because of trauma from his mother, what the mother done. They don't never say that. They don't never put the woman responsible and accountable. I'm not looking to say, oh yeah, hurry up, blame the woman. Oh, there she go. She did it. Oh, yes, but that's the truth. Women are the reasons why the world is the way it is. Niggas play a part of it by doing ignorant shit because you learn bad behavior from your mother. Right? Let's jump down. It's a key points. Male perpetrators, men are more likely to be the alleged perpetrators of severe forms of domestic violence, including controlling or coercive behavior. Female perpetrators, women also perpetrate. It said let me see. Intimate part of violence, Slovakia, sometimes committing the same or more acts. Says committing the same or more acts, right, of physical aggression than their male partners. There you go. So, they are the ones that do it, but the men get called they get the domestic violence issue pinned on them because everybody wants to believe the woman is innocent. Fuck that bullshit. Just like how they want to put the image of Ike Turner and Tina Turner. Ike is the catalyst of fucking her up. Tina, when you look at it, Judge Joe Brown, how he grew up and raised with Tina Turner. He said the bitch was not liked by the community. She was an evil demon, and she did a lot of shit to Ike. She made Ike upset because it drove Ike to beat the shit out of her because this is what she did first to him. A lot of y'all lied on Ike Turner. Yeah, did Ike go overboard in case of course? Then she was performing a song, and then she said something right while she talking. And Ike said in the background, he said, "Nah, I'm gonna punch you in your eye, beat your ass down," some shit like that. But it was because she antagonized him. She know how to trigger him and piss him off. A lot of you women like niggas like that to beat you down, and then you want to call domestic violence cases for what? You women are you don't. It's like you like it, you don't like it, and the ones that don't like it, you call police because the nigga going overboard. But this is what you call, this is what you chose. So I'm not buying that just man bullshit or man this shit. You women started first. And nobody wants to take accountability for it. It's a demon. It's a destructive demon that likes to go to battle. Okay? You're a conniving demon. Okay? You propel these things and you want men to feel sorry. Okay? It said, victimization rates and severity. Increased risk for women. Women are at higher risk of experiencing severe physical injury and death as a result of domestic violence. Yes, that is true. Because men are typically stronger than women. Men are stronger than women and they do these things. Yes, of course. Because the bitch antagonized him to do it. Sometimes she may not even do anything and the nigga just going off for her. Yeah, that's the case too. But guess what? I don't feel sorry because you stay with the nigga and you choose her. Why stay and be with someone and you're afraid for your life? Know the signs before you get with someone. You women make bad decisions. I ain't buying none of this shit. You women make bad decisions and this is your fault still. Victimized female perpetuate violence. Women who are violent in intimate relationships also experience more violent or frequent victimization themselves. Psychological aggression. Nearly half of all women and men have experienced psychological aggression from an intimate partner in their lives. Hold on, guys. So yeah, guys, I'm sorry. I'm back. So yeah, so you see female perpetrators, a woman also perpetrate, right, intimate partner violence, sometimes committing the same or more acts of physical aggression than their male partners, their male counterparts, right? Victimization rates and severity, right? Increased risk for women. Women are at higher risk of experiencing severe physical injury and death as a result of domestic violence, because typically men are stronger than women. But the majority, men are stronger than women, right? It says female perpetrated violence. Women who are violent in intimate relationships also experience more violent or frequent victimization themselves. See, they're more violent. They are more violent. There was a movie, there was a movie, right? The lady that played in, I think, not Charles in Charge. Damn, what's that television show from Tony Danza? Tony Danza. Yeah. By the way, he's from East New York. By the way, he's from my part. Damn. What part is Tony Danza? I mean, what was the name of that show? Give me a second, guys. Oh, it was the show. Who's Boss? It was Who's Boss. All right. So he played in that show. The mother, I believe it was the mother on there. I might be wrong. She played in a movie where she was married and she had a son and daughter, but she was the abuser. She abused her husband in the process. She abused him. You know what I'm saying? And they kept thinking that he was doing it. He was in a domestic relationship because he didn't want to leave his wife. He loved his wife. He wanted to see that she changed, but she couldn't change. She just had this demonized ways about her, man. She was a demon, and she kept beating on him. She kept doing shit to him, all kind of shit, you know. So that when that movie came out, man, a lot of women didn't like that shit because they didn't want to be put into that light or shown in that light that they do these things. Women today do these things because laws are protected against women. All right. All right, we got this stupid black bitch here. She made a organization. It's called the Me Too movement. Was founded by activist and community organizer Tarana Burke in 2006 to provide empathy and empowerment for survivors of sexual violence, particularly young women of color. Basically, she's saying if the bitch do you wrong, she could use that too. She could use, he hit me, he talked back to me, he did this to me, right? An organization, right? That was being used to lock black men up, or just men in general. Women will use that. You can't even say nothing. You can't even whistle at a girl. You can't even touch a girl. You can't do that. If you even do these things, you're going down. All right. It says the movement went viral in 2017 after actress Alyssa Milano used the hashtag #MeToo on social media in response to sexual assault allegations against Harvey Weinstein. So he tried to use that against a predator. That shit doesn't work with a predator. That shit only works to all men, right? To destroy their true power. And women don't like straight men to tell them, but they'll agree and promote and glorify, right, and push the agenda that they love gay men. They will support gay men, but they'll hate a straight man because a straight man ain't gonna tolerate no bullshit. All right, I'm not talking about the straight men that's simps. I'm talking about real straight men that's not simps, that's militant, and that will put their foot down. All right? So they don't like it. All right? It says sparking a national dialogue, a community of survivors sharing their experiences. So now, it said, well, it's an origin and purpose. Tarana Burke's vision. Burke, an activist since her youth, started the Me Too initiative to build a community of support for survivors, letting them know they were not alone. early work in 2006, she used the phrase "Me Too" to connect with young women, especially black girls in low-wealth communities who have experienced sexual violence. See, they keep making all these programs, all these organizations, but they don't go to the root of it. The women are demons, all right? The women are demons. They don't go to the root of it, and then what they do, they allow this shit to keep going on and on. They keep putting blame on men, all right? But the actuality is coming from the women who have egos. They cast away the men out of their relationship, and they don't want the men in the home, so they do all sorts of shit, and they want to be justified for their wrongdoing. No, man, you fucking wrong. And you're going to be held accountable at the day of judgment when the Lord bring forth that wrath and that fierceness on America, man. All right? You got these women now speaking up. Oh, whoever say something about any type of political structure or anything about one of our guys that got unalived or whatever, we coming for you. Who is the we? Who is the we? You coming for who? And are you niggas are really ready to die for the greater good? A lot of you niggas are not ready to die because you don't got the spirit to do so. There's gonna be a day when it comes for you to get judged, right? Because you believe in the higher power. When they put you on Front Street to publicize you and embarrass you, what are you gonna do? A lot of you niggas gonna cower out and you gonna sell out, man. A lot of y'all gonna sell out. A lot of y'all niggas ain't ready to die for the truth. Every time you come against this world and what it stands for, you're automatically the enemy. You automatically turn as such. Okay? You're gonna be hated for the Lord's name's sake. All right? Let's get that, man. Let's go to I believe it's Matthew 10 and 12. Give me a second, guys. No, not 12. Let me start with I'm trying to see if this is the one I wanted. Let's see. Nope. Shit. Sorry, y'all. That was in Matthew. I believe it was this one. I believe it was this one, y'all. Hold on, guys. All right, y'all. Let's start at Matthew, the 10th chapter. Right? Verse 16, the scripture says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." Verse 17, "But be aware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues." So a lot of us brothers, man, is going to be put on this judgment seat amongst men, and we're going to have to endure to the end and take the ridicule and the embarrassment that comes with it. So, brothers, man, gotta be like, all right, I know what's coming. I know what's coming, man. But you gotta understand, you gotta be. It's like you gotta be diligent, and you gotta be strong in your faith, man. You can't allow these people to dictate and trying to ostracize you and tell you what's going on, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. And that's what's going on, man. So these women be doing things and then they act like they don't be doing nothing. And then, yeah, you got some niggas that just do shit and fucking with the girl. Of course, it's shit like that. But why are you gonna stay there and let the nigga do that to you? So you're still telling me that you're weak. The women are the weakest vessel. Didn't the scripture tell us that? But then now you always crying for help. You always want a man to come in and do something. Stop waiting for men to come in and do something. Stop being with that nigga. When you women make the worst decisions, man. And sometimes, fellas, you gotta be careful too, man. Because sometimes these women could do things to themselves and then say that you did it. You know, see these little signs, man. Pay attention. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. You know, pay attention, man. It's very serious, man. You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go to prison over some broad that's lying on you. So that's why you gotta have proof of the shit that you do, man. You feel me? Shit is crazy, man. Let's go to Matthew 10, man. Let's read what our Lord says. It says, verse 16, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right? But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their hearts. So they will ridicule you, man, and they're ready to put you down, you know? Verse 18, and ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. So you will be put amongst governors, kings, right? For the Lord's sake. That they don't want you preaching and confessing this of Yahweh Shah. They don't want you to do that, okay? For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye will speak. So this shit is real, man, because you gotta let the Spirit guide you, because you don't know what's gonna happen, man. All right. Verse 21, and the brother shall deliver up. Brother up. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father, the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So women and men are going to sell you out. They're going to tell on you to clip you and get rid of you, man. Don't you see that today? But they're going to sell you out to the wicked one, man. Verse 22. Verse 22. And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So there you go, man. So you're gonna be hated. You're gonna be hated by the world, by the name of the Lord, man. By the Lord's sake, you're gonna be hated, man. So I hope the video is edifying. Shalom.